Hey everyone, and welcome to This Must Be the Place. I am Dr. DeCubellis. Today I am at McGrath Lexus of Westmont, and I am joined with Alan Stern. So thank you for having me by today.
Hey, thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you.
You know, and the reason I wanted to come by and I wanted to talk with you is because buying a car is a very important, really a life step that people make. But you got to make sure you do it right. So let's just start this off with the biggest question is, what do people need to know before buying a car?
So, good rule of thumb, there's three things that you're always going to want to consider before you buy a car. Or I should say look at. Unfortunately, most people only look at one out of the three. And those three are, first off, is obviously, what does this car cost? Is it going to fit into my budget? But number two is something that very few people actually keep in mind. And this is specifically important if you're looking at a used car. Second number you're going to want to look at is how much money is this car going to cost to maintain? Now, if you lease the car, whatever, that might be less important because you're under warranty the whole time, if not the majority of the time. But let's say that you're somebody who's going to keep this car 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Believe it or not, there was even a study that was done that will show you that there is a delta as high as $7,000 over the course of 10 years between the average of one car brand versus another. So that's the second one. And then the third one that you're going to want to look at is, what is the resale value of this car? Let's say I keep the car 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Is this car going to hold its value, or is it going to drop like a rock within the first 2 or 3 years?
And that makes a lot of sense because it's not only something that you're purchasing to get you to where you need to go, but it really is an investment. So you might as well make sure you're using your money wisely, or you at least know what you're getting yourself into. Because like you said, that initial sticker price isn't necessarily the number you should be going off of, because maybe something that costs a little bit more but gets you a higher return will be better in the long run, as opposed to something that's less money that's going to break down in 2 years.
Right. Well, and the other thing too is going to be the fuel economy of it. Let's say that you're a sales executive, you're a realtor, or you're just somebody who drives over 20,000 miles a year. You know, the cost of maintenance and the cost of ownership on something that's a hybrid that's pretty much getting double the fuel economy of a comparable gas model might be a better route for you.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. The car is going to be very individualized to the person and their needs. You drive more, something else might be more important to you than if you drive less, but you really should get these things kind of looked at and considered before you just walk into a place and say, I want to buy a car.
100%.
All right, so thank you for stopping by. Got much more questions for you, but we're going to save that for another segment. If you want to get in touch with Alan, his contact information is below. He's very, very knowledgeable. He's the guy you should talk with before you buy a car.